This conference will now be recorded.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. We're a weekly supervisor meeting at the courthouse, available by YouTube also and recorded for a later date. We have an agenda in front of us. Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Motions are second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve the minutes of the August 27th meeting.
Make a motion.
There a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second. Any other discussion?
Roll call, Todd.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Sydney. Aye. Jim.
Aye.
Motion passes. County attorney general discussion.
Don't have anything for you this morning.
Nothing today? Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff update.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
A couple weeks since I've been with you. I sent everyone an email early last evening on the cost of the panic buttons for second floor here at the courthouse, about $6,800. So what Ryan is looking for is, one, you're okay to purchase those and get them up and running, and second, who's gonna pay for them? That's my questions. So maybe we can have that discussion.
Let's have it.
So, what do you think?
Is the state's, I mean, it's the state's thing, is it their responsibility to pay for it, or is there history that has there been history that they've paid for it in the past, or any idea?
My understanding is when the courthouse was built, they did not pay for it. That was something that the county paid for. They would be able to confirm that, but that's my understanding, Jim, is that, by code, we're to provide them office spaces and courtrooms and provide security at the courthouse. And so it was my understanding that the county paid for those. But I think we can confirm that with Dave, or maybe Rachel knows the answer to that question again.
I can look, try and look back.
I wonder if the full $6,000 is needed. Maybe it is. Last I talked with Ryan, and I call it a repeater. It's probably not exactly called, but there's a device that needs to actually receive the signal. At one time, it was thought that it needed to be the repeater. There needed to be more in order to cover everything. But he said that the one from down here actually will work up there. So I don't know if we need all of that. Maybe we do. I don't know.
So here's maybe a solution to the money side of it. So the code provides that I can spend room and board fees that we collect for courthouse security. And so in that account over the last 12 or 13 years, I haven't spent money out of that. Maybe one occasion to do some radios. But anyway, there's $250,000 there. And so it would take a budget amendment, you guys approving the transfer of that money from that fund into a new equipment fund or something in my budget. And we could pay for it out of that room and board fund. It allows for that. There's certain things that you can use that money for. Courthouse security is one of them. So try to get money out of the state, you know how that's going to be, right? And so it's important that, those ladies up there have what they need. So I'm willing to do that if you're willing to approve it at, the appropriate time, whenever that is, whenever that payment is due. So that's one way to solve that problem, unless you guys have something better.
That sounds good.
We'll put that on the agenda.
Was that, whether it was the ARPA fund or something, wasn't there safety things that we could purchase with that money?
I think it's pretty much opened up to anything. I could be wrong.
What money is left in that? Is that where we're getting about down in Midland?
Yep, so I think last week, I don't remember the exact dollar amount.
I think we have around, after we paid up the HVAC system, if I remember, I think we had like $24,000 left. So only, yeah, Laura from Home Health got hold of me and she did indicate that, and she reminded me that we got that money based on the pandemic and they did a lot for the pandemic. And she does have some things that she would like to possibly use that money for. So I sent her the applications, haven't seen them yet. So personally, I'd like to think about them. But if you've got that money, that's like,
It's there, and can be used for this.
we need
think
to
we
put that
should
on the
do that.
agenda.
I think
Put it on
it's
the
on the
agenda.
sheriff's plan.
Gotta use it for something.
Yeah, it's,
We'll need to have that on the agenda though to
Yeah.
be active, taking any kind of action, so. This quote was from July 8th, and generally these are 30-day quotes, and so we're probably gonna need to get, it's valid for 30 days. So, we're gonna have to get another quote for money.
can you maybe task Ryan to
Yeah.
get that, because I won't know really
Certainly.
what to do on the IT side of things, but, we can figure on that. Moving some money around and get it paid for. I think that's probably the best and the quickest, rather than try and deal with the state. So moving on, a couple other things that are gonna maybe develop that may need some of that same funding for. So our WatchGuard, which is our body cameras, when we purchased those in 2020, WatchGuard was a standalone company and they supported their equipment. They have since been sold to Motorola. And of course, this has been an issue for several weeks now with our body cameras. The cameras are fine. It's getting or recovering videos from our server onto, an email document or in a format that we can get them to the county attorney for prosecution. That has been a problem. And so on Friday, I met with, via Zoom, meeting Ryan and Joel Roney, and then an IT tech from Cassuth County that also has WatchGuard cameras. Motorola, we have a service ticket into them. I think Ryan's working with them already this morning. They require a service agreement of $6,000 a year to maintain their equipment now, which IE was WatchGuard, but it's now Motorola. That service plan wasn't something that was available to us or even offered through WatchGuard. If we needed something, we just paid the bill when they fixed the problem. That may come, it may not. I'm not sure how that's going to look. Ryan will be able to tell us what that's about relatively soon, I think. So that is something that I didn't budget for, didn't know that was going to be needed. But there is money available again back in an account like this for things like that. So just bringing you up to speed on that. Ryan's working on it, with the help of Cassuth County and Joel. So I think the problem will be solved. We'll see about that service agreement, if that's something that's needed, or if it's something that we buy into when we replace our cameras moving forward. Cameras have about a 7-year shelf life. We're on year 4, going on year 5. So that's something I'll look at moving forward in the budget to replace that equipment and maintain it. Last item, our K9 will probably work through the winter and be retired by spring, just simply because of age and health. Would like to replace the K9. The cost of that's about $15,000. That is the dog, training of that dog with the handler and some miscellaneous equipment that will go with that dog specifically. So just something to think about as we get through winter and into spring on a replacement of that canine. So that's really all I have for you today, unless you have something for me.
Mr. Horgan,
What is the panic button supposed to do, Sheriff?
Yeah, so the judges have them on their bench, the clerks have them in their office, and the court administrator or district court clerk in the courtroom has them. Sometimes, not so much in criminal matters, do they get heated, but in child custody matters and civil matters. And so if somebody's at the window at the clerk's office and somebody starts getting pretty emotional, they'll punch that panic button, it rings to our office, and then we'll send a deputy or a city policeman there to kind of, bring some reason back to the situation. So that's what they're here for. Judges the same way. They can hit those panic buttons from their bench, and then a uniform will show up.
Is that a separate system from what the schools would have for a panic button?
Yeah, it's separate.
Separate.
Yeah, our hospital has it out at the ER. We use it quite often. They'll get
And
patients.
it's mandated, you're saying,
Here in the courthouse, yes, that is something that district court judges require us to. We can't always be there. They want us there, but we can't always be there. And so this essentially takes the place of us.
thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. Yep.
Okay, department head discussion.
I've got something.
Okay.
So we've been having issues with solution support. They were bought up and then a lot of people have left. So I've personally been waiting since the first week of July to do cash balancing. They don't know how to fix our issue. And so, especially our office, where if something goes wrong in basically engineers, treasurers, recorders, or assessors, we're the ones that have to fix it on our side. So there is a third-party company. I just don't want to list it right now. It's people that worked with solutions previously, they're a new vendor. Well, they have joined on to the current vendor, that would be willing to give us that support. They're offering it to all county governments, and they list the 5 departments, that I just listed. It is, I can send all this to you guys so you can look it over. Their annual fee is $14,900. So I think Ryan thought that was kind of steep. However, what's the price so we can actually get our stuff done? So I need to run these reports to be able to, we have to post it for the state. We have to put it in the paper. We have to do all this. I can't do it. I talked to Hannah, and we were kind of trying to figure out if we have to continue in the future, taking it out of our own budgets. But if you split it between 5 departments, it's $3,000 per department. I talked to them to see if they would do an hourly rate, if it was something that, just to fix like a certain problem. They aren't at this time. They did say they would discount $2,000 off the price per department that did not want to use the support services. But I didn't get that back till late on Friday, so I haven't talked to any of the departments yet. I don't know if Amy was interested. Shannon didn't seem real interested. Just funny because that's why we can't do our stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Just your guys' opinion, if you'd be interested in helping us or what we should do, I guess.
Just send us all that.
Yeah.
You have to have proper tools to do your job, that's for sure.
Well, and so then the question is, well, they can't go into the backside and do work. No, but they could give us the information that we can give to solutions to do it. It's.
So we would still keep solutions on.
Yes, that it would just be a third party, even if it's to get us through a year, potentially 2 years, I don't know. But the issue, and then for this specific issue that I have, I probably gonna have more when it comes to our TIF and evaluations, but it happened on the treasurer side. It was something with 2-tier, got receipted in incorrectly. So the person that helped do it is no longer there, and then the person that helped correct it is no longer there. So now they're on the third person. And I talked with Mike Barr, he's with Solutions, and he made the comment that there is two good programmers. There's the one that can program the stuff, and then there's one that can read someone's code. So right now they're having the issue of the new people reading the codes that are already in the system for solutions. So they might be able to try and help, but they don't know how to get through the codes to get to like the problem. So it's, I don't know.
When we were at ISAC, Sydney, Shannon, and myself talked with two of the solutions individuals about that problem. And they were going to work on it. Now, whether they are working on it or not, I guess I don't know that.
So I spoke
So
with the guard.
before we jump into something else, I would like to at least know that if they are doing it or not. If they're not doing it, then we need to do something.
So I spoke with Garth, which is who Beth, which was, she was at the solution, or at the ISAC with solution. And he thinks he might know how to correct the problem, but he doesn't know how to open it. None of them there know how to open up year end, and you have to open up year end to do it.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I just wanted to bring it up because they sent it out and I asked for information just to see what it was all about, but I'll forward that to all of you guys.
Yeah.
There's no way to put pressure on solutions to get it resolved?
No. And I know a county had reached out about looking at a different vendor from Solutions, and that was gonna cost like, they could go with the new vendor, you know, the sign-on and all that, except in order to get their information from Solutions to the new system, it was gonna cost them $300,000. So they basically put you in a corner, you know, which I like, just to clarify, I like our solution system. I like how it works. That's great. It's just the support is kind of lacking.
I know other counties are having the same problem with solutions, so either they gotta straighten up, or of course, they're not gonna lose it for $300,000, nobody's gonna jump ship.
Yeah.
So put this on the agenda for next week.
Yeah. And
Any other department head?
Don't see any online.
This other company, will they guarantee they'll take care of your issues or?
I haven't fully read through everything.
It's a question to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read through that and ask. If you guys come with any questions, I'll give you all the contacts too that we can contact them to see.
Thank you.
County engineer, he's online or not, or Worth County?
He's not online.
He sent an email and said he'd be at the Worth County Board meeting today. He has a resolution to present to them. An update on secondary roads. I've been in contact with an individual who's having trouble with a tile line along Zinnia Avenue. I'm told the line had existed before the road was widened and runs parallel with the road under the east shoulder. The individual is requesting to run another tile line in the bottom of the ditch for about 2,000 feet to outlet where the original tile already does. Parallel tiles in the row are not the norm, but we do occur from time to time. The individual has been made aware that any tile parallel to the road in the row right away is the responsibility of the tile owner for all installation and repair. We do not make this common practice, but if I understand correctly, the individual was unsuccessful at getting the neighbor to agree to run the line on private property. I believe the roadway painting is complete or is close. Industrial painting is complete or close. Rock run will be done today. Any questions, call me and I'll step out of the Worth meeting to discuss.
Yes, that's it. Okay. Discussion and possible action on supervisors compensation board representative. Last week, I guess the person asked if we get people to write a little thing why they want to be on the some compensation board. And we got 4 people, so now we got really down to 2. Any ideas how? I don't either.
Well, I looked at them. I'll just supply my comment. So I like 2 of them are bankers. They're used to working with money and percents and doing research and I like them.
I got two of them that were lifelong residents of Mitchell County and have successful businesses, and I like them.
Yeah.
Any other ideas?
Take one banker, one non-banker, I don't know. Do a mix and you have different ideas.
So are we allowed to say their names when we make a motion? Yes?
Make a motion for one of them, see where it goes.
I'll make a motion to nominate, or not nominate, sorry. Make a motion for Frank Kisley and Scott Brandow to be our two Supervisor Compensation Board representatives.
A motion for Frank Kisley and Scott Brandau. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion second. Any other discussion?
Roll call, Jim,
No.
Sydney,
Aye.
Mike,
No.
Mark,
No.
Todd.
Aye.
All right. Any other ideas?
I'll make a motion for Luke Porsche and Mike Heimer to be your comp board representatives.
Got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion second. Any other discussion?
Roll call, Sydney,
Aye.
Todd,
No.
Mark,
No.
Jim,
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Motion passes. Mike Hamer and Scott Brandau as a compensation board representative.
No, it's Luke Porsche.
Excuse me, Luke Porsche. And Mike Hamer. All right. Discussion and possible action on Downing Company Publishers Inquiry.
Yeah, I put this on because we all got this email. I'm not saying we need to go with this company because it's out of state, but I just thought it was interesting that we are coming up on the 175th anniversary in 25, 26. This company sent us an email saying they would put a history book to celebrate Mitchell County. And it's a permanent document for our history and accomplishments for our employees and just our county. So I just thought it was curious, interesting that we're coming up on 175 years, so. I didn't know if you guys saw that email, looked at it, threw it in your trash, or didn't know if you guys wanted to do something in county, because this publishing company is from Illinois.
And I talked with you a little bit about it the other day, and I did read it and thought it was a good idea too, and then I got to the book and where they were out of, and I thought there might be somebody in Iowa that could do this, but
I'm not saying that we do this company, I just wanted to bring it up for discussion since we sent the email, but just wanted to make everyone aware, talk.
in
Is there
this,
something that we've done like this in the past?
I do not know.
Supervisors, have we ever done anything like this?
Last one was 25 years ago, so
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't
wasn't
know.
here.
I wasn't here either.
there was a centennial book put out, I know. And it seems to me there was also I think New Haven at one time had a centennial. There was a book put out, but I think I wish Kathy Penny was here today, she could have, but I think there were some locals that did that.
I was just curious if you guys ever thought of doing something like that, or.
I would have never known it was 175 years. Because I didn't know it.
Guess I'd just like to know if we were gonna do it, how much it's gonna cost,
Yeah,
where it's gonna come from.
didn't know if you
what's
wanted
in
to
it.
look at people in county to do one, or state of Iowa. That's it.
Is it a book that just sits upstairs in the courthouse? Is it a book that people and residents can purchase
I
or?
don't think we can do purchase. Yeah. Anyway, just thought it was interesting.
You used to have a great big book of everybody in Mitchell County. Do you get those, Keith? What are they called? They're, I don't know, they're huge.
Well, I have an old one at home. I can't remember if it's just like a plat book that was done with kind of a leather cover and stuff. Mitchell County something, I can't just remember. I'll bring it sometime.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Mother's got a lot of those. They must come out every 10 years or something, did they? You remember those, Keith?
I don't know. I was from my dad, so I don't know.
I don't know if they were 10-year or 25-year, but they did publish them, and they had information in there.
Stories.
People would put in advertisements. So, it was kind of interesting to see what,
Seemed like there were family pictures and stuff.
Yes,
family
yeah.
pictures in it.
It had a write-up about your family and
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said
Their
kids.
There were livestock reports in there and what yields were and, different interesting points. And, probably take a committee to figure out what all you would want to put in something.
I'll bring one in if you want to look at it.
I've seen one, yeah. Yeah, Dave brings them out on break all the time. I've seen those, but
Yeah.
just didn't know if you guys wanted to do something, just something on the back burner, talk about. If you have an idea, bring it up again.
All righty. Any action then?
Nope.
Items of note, meetings attended?
I had nothing.
I attended a meeting for Mike, substance abuse, and they went over movie theater ads, and all the tobacco checks and alcohol checks that the county and city did. Other than that, I wasn't too much.
I was on vacation. Thank you
You're welcome.
for my meeting.
No problem.
I had nothing.
And I had nothing.
Awesome.
Manure management plan update.
Cooper Hog Site 1, 1964 to 10th Street, Osage. Wheeler Finisher Farm, 4755 Addison Avenue, Raceville. Cooper Hog Site 3, 4186 and 4150 Kirkwood Avenue, Osage. Mitchell Finishing Farms LLC, 3024 State Line Street, Raceville. And Roddick Finisher Farm, 4437 Underwood Avenue, Raceville.
All right, very good. Public comment. Any public comment?
Well, I just had a couple meetings of note to let you know about, or one, I guess. Corey Sawinski, he's the Bremer County Supervisor, is speaking tonight in Waverly at a meeting. I just had the one copy, and it's off on Highway 3 is what that note says.
Okay.
And then, I know last week Todd mentioned that he wasn't sure about all the information or wanted to talk to Summit some more. So this was a fact sheet we put together, we gave out at the fair. Through Summit, I think Jim already got one at the fair. I don't know if anybody else wants one, I have other copies. And then Jim, I thought it was a great idea you had about the ethanol plants and doing the acreages of prairie grass, and I just found some information related to statistics about that.
Okay, thank you.
You might have already-
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Any other public comment? No, we'll adjourn at 9:00.